Last week you guys saw us put in the downpipe in the Supra, and it got us a lot more noise, a lot more volume, and a lot more pep out of the car, which is what we wanted. But one of the big advantages into throwing in the downpipe is that now when we throw a tune on the car, we can gain close to 100 horsepower with the tune. So today that is exactly what we are gonna do. So originally I was gonna go ahead and just flash the ECU with this OBD2 to like Ethernet port cable that was sent from RK Tunes, but he was actually already on his way to California this week. So he's like, I'm gonna make a slight pit stop. I'm gonna fly to San Diego and we'll just do some tuning together and maybe throw in some extra special stuff. Pops and bangs, which this car already has, but I think he mentioned something about flame. Now y'all already know how I feel about flames. So we'll just see where that goes today. But nonetheless, I'm really excited today. We're gonna sit down, we're gonna pick its brain, we're gonna ask a bunch of questions. I'm mainly curious just to talk about the B58 because I'm pretty sure that he has one of the world records for a B58 motor. All right, so we're here with Jordan from RK Tunes, flying all the way across the country to help us out today. First things first, I have a lot of questions that I want to ask you because as you guys have seen, there's a bunch of stuff on the internet, a bunch of accusations, a bunch of, I don't want to say rumors, but people saying like this B58 is different than BMW's B58 and this car can make 500 wheels super easy or it can only make like 400 wheels super easy. There's so many questions that I have that I don't know the answer to that you definitely have more information than I do. So one car that I kind of want to point out, and I said this in our most recent video, I was like, there's a Supra right now that is on a, I don't want to say stock motor, but it's like stock turbos, it's B58, and they did a 10, like a mid 10 quarter mile time.
Yeah, so they are really good at getting shit done. They, right off the bat, with even the BMW M3 last chassis F80, they were one of the first pumping out parts, doing a lot of cool stuff. They have Evos going really, really fast. And the thing is, it was rumored as of that night that there was like nitrous on the car. A lot of other people were running low 11s. They all of a sudden come out, car blasts off like a 10.9 something first hit off the trailer. I saw it, I respect it. Their hustle is real. Supposedly they had nitrous in the car. It makes sense based on the times, everything else, and the mile per hour just kept jumping up more and more progressively over the night. Didn't seem too realistic to not have it, but they're smart. They got it done. They went 10s before anyone else. So I can't hate on them for it. I respect what they did. It's not realistic that you're gonna just have a Supra, get a tune, and go 10s. 1140s, 1150s, realistic as of right now.
And I want to make this clear, my intentions with this car now, I don't want to be the industry's guinea pig of doing a 500 horsepower on a stock block on a B58. That's not my goal. My goal is hopefully today maybe get at least 100 horsepower out or reach that 100 horsepower over stock limit. That would be ideal. And Jordan's like, we could probably definitely make that happen today. Super, super easy. Is this B58 the same exact B58 and like 340s and other cars like that?
As of right now, I would say no. The BMW B58, the main difference you can visually see is it has like one port per cylinder on the cylinder head. This has 2 ports in total. The Z4 is pretty much the same thing as this. The Z4 compared to this software-wise is almost identical. I would not be surprised if the newest B58 being put into 340s have the exact same motor as this, but like the past few years, no, it is not the same. Could the pistons, rods, could the important things be the same? It might be. I've not dug into it that deep to know, but it's not the same as your standard.
No, but interesting to know is, for example, for you guys, Kevin's BMW, his 340, has B58, but technically if you're getting down to like the nitty gritty of it, there are some differences on this B58 than there are to his, which is something that I wasn't 100% sure of. I've heard rumors about that, but I guess now we are confirming that. So this car definitely is a little bit different than other cars that are on the market. As Jordan was saying, people are still figuring out the B58, and for the last week, there have been a bunch of tuning shops all across the nation, all across the world really, who have just been putting every hour of every day into figuring out this car, figuring out its strengths and its weaknesses. That's awesome that everyone's kind of fighting for the bit. It kind of like makes everyone push their game up a little bit more. But today, what is our end result gonna be for today?
It'll go, the car makes like 330, 340 wheel stock. As long as this car can be ran to the point at which I ran the 93 cars, it'll make like 420, 425 wheel horsepower and a little over 500 wheel torque.
And that's on pump.
So on 93, when I say like, if we get to that same level, I'm not out of boost or power on 93. I did need to spend a little bit more time to get it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
So it's not like, oh, there's a limit of 93 and we're gonna throw the same tune on it. We'll throw the same tune on it because that's not the limit of 93 yet. That's just a limit as of where I've left it so far. So we'll pretty much get the same tune on this car and just do some data logs on the street just to make sure everything's like within range. Pending it's all in range, I mean, you're talking about 150 plus wheel torque and almost 100 wheel horsepower.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Does great burnouts.
I bet. I'm super hyped.
So.
Yo, if you didn't hear, I'm giving away my Mustang GT that is supercharged over 700 horsepower. All you have to do to enter in to win the car, spend $5 on HoneyCompany.com, and you automatically get entered to winning the car. Secondly, if you didn't know, I got that car from Auto Bidmasters when we bought it crashed 4 or 5 months ago. That website is great because it allows you to buy used or crashed cars without a dealer license, which means anybody can buy a car. It's often referred to as Copart, but it's essentially a platform that's a one-stop shop for everything you need, and you can even handle shipping the car to you from that website. If you guys are interested in purchasing a used or crashed car, be sure to check out that website. I'll put the links down below. Thank you so much for Auto Bidmasters for sponsoring today's video, and now let's get back to it. All right, well, just like that, everything is ready to go. ECU is all dialed up. We're gonna go get our first impressions and go drive it right now. Jordan, in a nutshell, what are we gonna expect when we go out and drive it here? So obviously it's gonna be faster, but did you mess with any timing thing? Did you mess with any backfire stuff? Did you mess with any flame stuff? What did you do in a nutshell?
In addition to the power gains, you'll have no more speed limiter. And then also, it will make some gunshots, flame noises, all that good stuff. See how much you like it, go from there. But yeah, a lot of power, a little bit more noise.
Okay, you were saying too, if for some reason it's too much or we want to dial it back or whatever, we can go ahead and adjust that after the fact. But he's like, I threw it on there right now. Tell me what you think. If you want to make an adjustment, it's something we can easily do. But enough waiting around. Let's just go see how it is. Let's go see how it drives. Let's go see how it feels. I'm curious to see, I guess, how loud this thing is getting, and how fast it's gonna. I'm excited for everything right now. Let's go. We're about to get out here, and Jordan's like, wait, hold up. I'm gonna grab my.
I gotta get my earplugs.
You're
I
kidding
forgot
me.
my ear things also.
It's gonna be that loud?
I hope so. That's what I'm here for.
Oh my god. I mean, I wasn't expecting. Okay, keep in mind, we didn't set up a 2-step. When we say gunshots, he just means like on decel, it's gonna like have this like, bah, bah. That's what I'm assuming. That was a really shitty impersonation, but keep in mind on the Mark IV, we had a 2-step thing, which I don't really want to set up on this car, where you just hold the throttle and you just pretty much do an anti-lag setup. The gunshots he's talking about is like, if we were just in park and I was just to rev the car, he's like, you should have some ignition. So let's just go see how it is. Let's get it out of here and let's go drive it. So right off the bat, just like pulling out to the street, I'm in comfort mode, which isn't, the loud, aggressive mode. I'm already feeling a torque difference. Like, it's shifting quicker, it's like going through gear. It's weird. Like, it's hard to explain, but like, it already is like, feels much different, and we haven't even done anything. Yeah, I'm like a little excited right now. I don't know what to feel like. So should I just kind of just give her a little bit of juice?
Roll into it.
Okay, so this is just comfort mode. We should probably just.
Better?
The thing is, I was like not even 50% throttle.
Yeah.
You know what? Screw it. Let's just get right to the juice. We're going straight to sport. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay. So already off the bat, a little loud pop on just doing absolutely nothing. We'll give it a little punch here.
Feels good?
Yo, dude, the whole entire back end just went out easy. Dude, that third gear though, that third gear is nice.
I know, it's like it hits the next gear and just gets faster. And
Yeah.
faster, it feels like.
Yeah, the big flame is blew up my engine. Yep. Okay. It's shooting flames, yeah. Each time you hear a bang, yeah, that's a flame. Jeez.
As it gets hotter.
You're like, yep. Yep.
Now you're like, I wish I had earplugs.
Yeah, now my
I don't have
ears,
them 'cause I'm in the car.
now my ears are ringing. God, man. Jeez.
Shot at night, it'll be way crazy.
Oh yeah, if you do that at night, you'll definitely see it. You'll get the shot you're looking for. Ouch, my ears. Whew. So like, wow. Yeah, so it's like right now the tune, it's like there's less like that immediate burble and just like kind of like little small backfire. And it's more like clean decels with like random ignition of like a flame or a big bang. And every time you hear that, that is actually a flame out the back. A little bit different, it's nice. It's, that was an Urus that just went by. That is very, very loud. This sounds more like, you know, your typical BMW now on like D-cell. And having Jordan drive, it's definitely faster, definitely more torque. And right now we have traction control turned off, and you get a lot more like wheel spin up until third gear. You could probably give it the juice till that little like turn. That turn is like a really like steep.
I got you. I won't kill us.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm talking about. I love how quick the transmission is.
Yeah.
It's crazy how torquey it feels. That's like the real thing that I'm noticing a lot. It's just a lot of torque. That is nice.
That wind noise though.
I know, dude. The wind noise in this car
Horrible.
is
It's so bad.
it's I don't know what it is about the Supra, but when you have the windows down, that like window flutter where normally if you're in like a sedan, you have one window down, you get that like it is so aggressive in this car. It's a really, really bad design. I don't know how that passed in their books, but it did.
You feel what us do launch control?
I don't even know how to
with
set
it?
up launch control. Oh shit.
That's not it.
Oh, you're on the brakes. I was like,
Yeah, no.
I was like, whoa, god damn.
I'll see. We gotta check. It's probably be in a certain mode to be doing launch control. I mean, that was sport mode manual. I know my buddy was trying to do it in his, and he said that traction control has to be on.
I feel like it would do
Probably
it.
not manual mode.
Yeah, I would
bet
say
it'd be
probably in
auto mode.
automatic mode.
And then traction control on, sport mode. We'll try it. See what it does.
We can try. You definitely would need the traction control on,
But
for
like it's
sure.
weird. Some of the cars I have, traction control fully off, it still lets you do launch control. So it's weird that they want it to be fully on. I guess it's like so that it can help.
So it can help.
But I'd
grip
rather
up.
all of it.
And also too, we're hearing a lot more like turbo spool. Are we pushing more boost now as well?
Yeah, it's a few more pounds than stock. It's nothing crazy.
But you
crazy.
hear it though, like
oh no, you hear it.
You hear a
Yes.
lot more turbo.
Oh yeah, you definitely hear it.
Which is
You
nice,
definitely
which is definitely nice. It was a little bit more faint, and now like, especially in just normal cruising on gas, you hear the little turbo spool up. It's a good sound for sure. Editing this video now, and I didn't realize that the clip that was supposed to be right here, I had my mic off. But what I was going to tell you guys is that we ended up going back to the shop and adjusting the tune just a little bit. Rather than having no burble on D-cell and just a loud bang, I decided I wanted to have more like the factory kind of burble and cracks and pops. I personally like that more, but he was able to tune it however we wanted. So we ended up tuning it back to how it sounded factory while keeping high boost and while keeping the car with a lot of torque. Everything is the same sounding as before, but now with just all the power. So this should be the stock sounding burble, and you can definitely hear it right off the bat. Sounds just like it did when it was stock, but we have way more torque. The car is way more alive. Feels good. Kind of have best of both worlds now. Because I didn't want all that, the big and pops and bangs for this, at least not at this moment in time. Now I have the more, I wouldn't say conservative sounding. It's still very, very loud, very, very noisy, just like it sounded, but you have that power and it feels really good. So I've been driving home now for the last like 30 minutes or so, kind of taking some extra back roads, just kind of like really just driving this car in different situations. And what's interesting too is what Jordan said, is that he left, by the way, and I didn't get it on camera, so bye Jordan, I'll see you next time you're here. Thank you for coming all the way out here. But one thing that he said is the ECU is gonna learn this new map a little bit. I'm gonna try to say this without butchering it, but because we increased the boost pressure, that target area where the car likes to, from factory, have that factory and burble, it almost doesn't have the same effect anymore, or doesn't burble as loud and as much because the boost pressure is higher. But he said the ECU is gonna kind of learn the new boost pressure, and what's interesting is that everything else kind of bases off of all that boost pressure that we just did. So he said over time the burble's gonna come back a little bit more and you're gonna hear it, and just after driving it for 30 minutes now, I'm definitely noticing it kind of getting a little bit closer to what it was from factory, which in my opinion was pretty perfect once we had that downpipe in. But what's great is that when you go into comfort mode, the car feels normal. Like it's not super in your face, super go fast all the time, and it's quiet, which oddly enough, I kind of like that. And just like I said, we kind of turned off that crazy backfire flame tune we had on earlier days because I kind of like it not having it in this car, weirdly enough. But one of the greatest takeaways, other than this car now feeling fast, like this car now feels fast. The takeaway that I have from it, you got great power, you hear a lot more turbo spool, which is always great. And this car now feels really special. But a concern that I kind of see, that I'm kind of foreseeing in the future here, is as people come out with single turbos and you know people are pushing like 800, 700 horsepower on this motor, I think this 8-speed transmission might come into a flaw, because where I am right now,
now, the car is shifting a lot. The car is a lot faster. We're getting to speed quicker, which means that we're, you know, this is an 8-speed. It uses all 8 gears. We're shifting awfully quick. When you go to higher horsepower, you're going to be shifting even quicker, which I feel like may be a downfall. I don't know. I want to hear you guys' comments down below. I don't know any other cars out there that are high horsepower from factory that deal with that deal with the 8-speed or deal with a high gear transmission. I wonder if it's gonna get annoying or maybe it might hinder it. I'm not quite sure, but nonetheless, this thing is fast. We're making about 420 right now to the wheels, and you feel it, and it's respectable. I'm excited to go and do some roll races with this car and start finding some people to drive with. Hopefully soon, we'll find someone. Anyway, guys, if you want to learn more about this tune, you can go ahead and click the link down below. All the info that you want is all there. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out, and keep moving forward.